Hello, it is a full out dance party. Whew, you guys, wow. What a 24 hours together. I love you. We are just getting started with everything going on. Welcome to the live launch party all together for the Jamie Kern Lima Show podcast. We are a collective force for good in the world. Let me know where you are watching and coming in live from. And let me, one sec, I'm going to click out of this. Okay, there we go. And I have so much to share with you, and I'm so excited. Tonight on this live, we're going to be together about an hour. We are doing 100 live winners. 100 live winners. And if you're watching this on replay, there will be 20 more of you that win in the replay this week. So you're going to want to listen to how to do it. We are going to be going behind the scenes and getting sneak peeks of what's coming up in the show and so much more. We're going to dive into a few of the topics and takeaways from the show. And let me know where you're watching from. If you are live now and you're like, how do I get in the chat? All you do is hit the little subscribe button on YouTube and it lets you right into the chat so you can share everything. Let me just dive into how we're doing winners tonight, because this is going to be a packed hour. When I say packed, it is going to be packed. I am so excited. I love you guys. I have been in tears in the past, like just reading your stories. I'm not going to go there right now. I'll cry my makeup off. So I did the Today Show this morning and it was so phenomenal. I'll let you guys know when it's going to air, but there's so much going on with this show. And thank you. People are hearing about this show because of you, because you are spreading it. You're sharing the word. I see your posts. I see your stories. Like, I just feel like together we're giving birth to this out in the world. And it's this collective force for good. And I feel like the offering that it is, right? The show has this intention to just ignite revelations in each and every person's life and your own self-worth journey. And I feel like you guys are multiplying its impact already. So just off the top, holy moly, you guys, there are over 5 million podcasts and you guys made this show already crack the top 100 on Apple. Like, What? Like we're one day in. We're one day in and you have just been spreading the word. You've been following the show. It's already in the top 100, which is just amazing. And I'm so excited to see what we do with this like this whole week because we're just getting started. Okay. So much to share. I'm going to be pulling some of you up live. So if you want to join me live in this 1 hour, it's going to be about an hour 15. If you want to join me live, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. We're going to be pulling people up live. You're going to share your thoughts, your feedback, your questions, your favorite takeaways, anything. You can just share how you're doing and where you're calling in from. And so we're going to be going live with some of you. And then right off the top, let me just get to this because this is a celebration. Why are we doing so many prizes tonight? Because this is a celebration. I want to thank you so much for following the show, right? So whatever app that you love the most for podcasts, whether it's Apple or Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube, when you go into the app and you click the follow button. That's like the most important thing. And then when you share the show or rate it and give it a review, so many of you have been doing that. And so many of you are part of the podcast launch team. So thank you so much. And tonight we are celebrating. And here's how we're doing it. So in this hour, 100 of you are going to win live prizes, either $50 or $100 gift cards. 100 of you. And I'm going to share live who's winning. And also, then if you're watching this on replay, we're going to do 20 more this week. And let me just quickly share how you enter, okay? And then we're going to start diving into content and topics and having conversations together live. But we're going to be giving away over 100 live winners tonight. So here's how you enter. You just go either to Apple or Spotify or your favorite platform where you get your podcast. There's a QR code that makes it super easy for you. And just go in and follow the show and then rate it or give it a review and then screenshot that, whether it's on Apple or Spotify, and you email it in to the email you see on your screen, which is hello@jamiekernlima.com. Just email us your screenshot right now while we're live. And literally at random, 100 of you are going to win gift cards live in the show. If you're watching this on the replay, same thing. We're only going to keep the replay up for a few days. So for this week, if you're watching this, you just want to go follow the show on Apple or Spotify, Amazon Music, screenshot and rate and review it and follow it. And then just email your screenshot in of how you're following the show, and you're picked at random. So we are going to give away so many prizes tonight. And if you have already rated it and reviewed it, by the way, I'd be so grateful also if you go to Amazon and write a review for Worthy if you've read it. Okay, you're seeing something on your screen. Let me explain what this is. When I said we give away giveaways like every day for the replay, so this is a surprise announcement right off the top. Here are 21 winners that are picked at random from those of you, emailing in the past couple weeks. So if you take a look on your screen, we have Lori Tancredi, Angela Sessions, Julie Hope, Nancy McCabe, Diana Garcia, Rebecca Ware, Shannon Underwood. We have Penny Dew, Melody Broom, Angel Britnell, Joyce Yeager, Laura Brown, Christina Pitano, Patty Lauderjung. We have Daniela Kokos, Heather Cohen, Christina Hornback. I'm seeing these for the first time live right now. Barbara Fernandez, Brenna Smith, Nilda Cruz, and Brooke Berry. And here's how you're going to be notified, okay? When you do your screenshot of your rating, your review, when you follow the show, send in your screenshot, we will reply to that email. The team will reply if you've been picked as one of the winners tonight. So you'll get a reply to your original email. I've already heard there are people posted online saying that you've won, and that is not how it's going to happen. You will get a reply to your email that you send into hello@jamiekernlima.com so that you know it's legit. And tonight we are giving away 100 gift cards. So 80 of you are going to win a $50 Visa gift card. 20 of you are going to win a $100 Visa gift card. And then also in the replay, we're giving away more gift cards. JKL Show merch, like the mugs and AirPods. This mug, I hope you're cozy at home tonight. This mug has coffee right now. It's been a really long day, but this mug is not coffee. So whatever you choose, we're good. We do not judge at the Jamie Kern Lima Show. You guys, I love you. I just want to say off the top, thank you. Thank you so much. And, I start and end every show by saying, I hope you come as you are and heal where you need and blossom what you choose and stay as long as you'd like, because my hope and prayer is that you feel like you belong here, and that through our journey together of this show, and we are only one episode in now, my hope and prayer is that you just step closer and closer and closer into stepping into your power and into stepping into the belief in yourself and knowing that you are fully enough and worthy exactly as you are right now, exactly as you are, and that you're loved and that you are loved and that I love you. And I believe in you. And I'm just so grateful and honored to be putting this out in the world. So let me know in the comments if you have checked out the first episode that dropped with Oprah, that's a thing. So that has been a thing. It's incredible reading so many of your reactions to it all day. I've been reading your stories, your messages, your texts. So many of you are reposting the clips on Instagram and just spreading the word. I understand it has now been all over the press everywhere too. So a lot of you sending me press as well, that's picking it up everywhere. And I'm just grateful, because my hope and prayer is that we do something together that matters, and that is impactful, and that really just sparks revelations, in each of our own lives. And so many times when we hear someone else's story or we experience what someone else went through, it helps us feel less alone and more enough. And that's really the goal here. So thank you so much for being here tonight. I'm so excited. Thank you for launching this into the world. Okay, we're going to do a couple things. So we just did a surprise of 21 winners who have emailed in this past 2 weeks. We are going to start giving away 20 at a time live tonight, okay, until we do 100 live prizes, which is so fun. And then also I'm going to be bringing a lot of you up live to interact and to ask your favorite questions. And I want to share, from Oprah episode 1. Now there is Oprah part 2 coming up, and that drops next Tuesday, really Monday night at midnight and Tuesday. And it is just so profound on so many levels. There are so many life lessons. Like, I have rewatched so many clips from it already over and over, because since this interview, like, I'm literally every day trying to apply these lessons to my own life. And it's so powerful. And in episode 2, she shares stuff she's never shared before. And just so you guys know, we did a 3-hour interview. We literally did a 3-hour interview, and she's never done that in her whole career ever. So that was just phenomenal. At the very end of the interview, I think the last thing I asked her, and some of you know my story, some of you know that I had dreamed of meeting her from the time I was a little girl, and that when I finally did, and I finally got her cell phone number, I didn't call her for 4 years after she gave it to me. And 4 years into that journey, I was like telling myself, oh, I'm not calling her because, I'm just going to wait till I think of the perfect thing to say. Or, oh, I'm not calling her because, I want to just prove I don't need anything. And, all these stories I told myself, until 4 years later, I realized the real reason I didn't call her was because deep down inside, I actually didn't believe I was worthy of being her friend. And I don't know how many of you can relate to this, but on the outside, everyone would have thought I felt worthy, right? I had, built this great career, amazing company, donating to great causes. And what I learned is I had a lot of self-confidence. And no matter how much you achieve, that does not build self-worth. That builds self-confidence. But underneath it all, I didn't have self-worth, which is different. And our self-worth will become our ceiling, right? You cannot out-succeed your self-worth. You cannot out-succeed your self-worth. Your self-worth becomes your ceiling. And when you have low self-worth, like, you might win the Olympic gold medal and destroy your whole life. You might become famous in Hollywood and mess everything up. You might, because at the end of the day, we cannot out-succeed our self-worth. We all know someone who, has it all together. You're like, oh my gosh, she's amazing and so kind and lovely and all the things. Why is she with that person who treats her so poorly? It's because you can have confidence in all these areas, but if deep down inside you don't have self-worth, you don't believe you're worthy, Like, we can only bring in the level of love into our life that reflects the level of love we love ourselves. So building self-worth and self-confidence, by the way, I'm on a lifelong journey of building self-confidence. It's so important. It's so important. It's different than self-worth. So I'm so excited. I'm going to share with you a sneak peek of episode 2. But after 4 years of not calling her, I realized I didn't believe I was worthy of it. And I sabotaged the whole thing. And that was the day I picked up the phone and called her. That was the day I became obsessed with studying self-worth and how do you build it, right? Which is why I wrote Worthy, that has over 20 tools to start building self-worth in your life. And that was the day I called her. And why this moment, and I'm not sharing this to talk about me, I'm sharing this to talk about you right now, is the moment of interviewing Oprah as the first guest on my show. Not only is it a lifelong dream, bigger than I could have ever imagined, for sure, a God-sized dream, bigger than I could have ever imagined. It almost didn't happen. Like, I almost doubted myself out of my own destiny. So we're here live and we're celebrating the very first episode coming out, very first interview episode. We're celebrating together, you and me launching this show as this like force for good and this offering out into the world. And the first episode is Oprah. And you guys, it was this close to it never even happening. And I just think about, I just want you to think about this as we kick off a really fun celebration tonight, because in episode 2, Oprah and I go deep. We go deep. She goes deep into purpose, into how to hear your intuition and trust it, how to truly hear your own intuition and how to trust it, how to step into your purpose, how to live, your best life, and how to embrace your own self-worth. Like, that's the focus of episode 2. And it is just profound on so many levels. And really, my question for you right now, I believe if you are here with me live right now, first of all, I love you. I just want to hug you. That's the first thing. And also, if you're watching the replay, either way, I do not believe it's an accident. I believe there is something right now or in this hour that is for you. And maybe it's this. The way that I was so close, and this Oprah example is one of many in my life where I didn't know why I sabotaged it. I didn't know why I didn't go for it. I didn't know why I didn't raise my hand and say, pick me. I didn't know why I didn't tell the person I wanted to be more than just friends. I didn't fully understand why I didn't put on the swimsuit, right? I told myself stories why for all those things. But what I know now is deep down inside, I didn't believe I was worthy of it, right? And our self-worth is our ceiling. Self-worth, we cannot out-succeed our self-worth. And so my question for you right now is, when you think about, because you're sharing this moment, we're all together live, right? We're sharing this moment where Oprah episode 1 just came out. We just launched the show together, you and me. We just launched the show together. It just cracked Apple Top 100. It was in the 80s. And then the last time I looked, I think it was like number 69 already. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't even process that right now. You guys are doing a thing, and thank you so much. But when I think about how close this was to never even happening, my question for you is, in your life right now, what are you doubting yourself out of? What are you this close to doubting yourself out of? What is this close to almost never happening in your life? And maybe it's an adult friend you want to make and you just haven't said to her, do you want to be friends? Do you want to go get coffee? And maybe it's this friendship that's meant to be in your life that's almost never going to happen if you don't go for it. Maybe it's a career change. Maybe it's asking for a promotion or a raise. Maybe it's deciding you are no longer wearing a cover up on the beach. You're running in the waves. I don't know what it is for you, but I just want you to think about it in your life. Think about that tonight and right now. What is this close to almost never happening? Because y'all, I went 4 years and didn't call. 4 years. 4 years. So, and then I did, but I almost didn't. I almost didn't. And so I just want you to think about that in your life right now. Think about that in your life right now. And I want you part 2 of this, and we're going to dive into the first 20 giveaways, and then we're doing 100 giveaways. And I'm going to bring up a bunch of you live to ask questions. We're going to do a sneak peek of episode 2, and that only you're going to see. No one has seen it yet. I'm going to do a sneak peek of some of the guests coming up. But I just want you to think about that in your life right now. What is the one thing that you're like, you know what? If I don't do it, if I don't go for it, I'm really going to regret it. I'm going to regret it. And, for those of you who have read my book, Worthy, there's a whole chapter where you deep dive into what has self-doubt already cost you in your life. And it's a really just great way to deep dive into getting unstuck and taking action, because we switch the way of thinking from, the pain of what if I fail? What if I get rejected? But we switch that to, but the pain of regret, if I don't go for it, is so much bigger. It's so much bigger. And I just want you to, so many of you have emailed me about and written in on Instagram about Sliding Doors, the movie Sliding Doors, which actually I haven't seen the movie, but you've told me enough about it where I'm like, oh yeah, like someone's getting on a subway and they either get on or they don't. And which one they get on changes the whole path of their future. And because we're launching this show together and Oprah's the first episode, I just think of the moment, how I didn't call her for 4 years and I almost never got on the train. I almost doubted myself out of it. And it's a very human thing to do that. And a lot of people can hide and say they don't do it. They can put on a really good show on Instagram or whatever, but it's so human to do it. And I think that it's important to share this, because if you are a man, a woman, it does not matter. The age doesn't matter. When you're dealing with self-doubt, it's easy for us to think like we're alone in that. And we're not. And you look at the numbers and it's staggering, right? 80% of women, I actually think that's low. 73% of men deal with this all the time. And it has us doubting ourselves out of so much. So, okay, here's what we're going to do. If you are just joining, let me give you a quick recap of what's happening. Okay, we are live for the hour. We are celebrating the launch of the Jamie Kern Lima Show podcast. Thank you so much. Right now, when you go to Apple or Spotify or Amazon Music or YouTube and you go and you follow the show and then either rate it or review it, do a screenshot of that follow or the rating and email it into hello@jamiekernlima.com right now live in this hour. And if you're watching replay, we're going to do it too. But right now live in this hour, 100 of you are winning $50 gift cards, $100 gift cards, just to celebrate the launch of the show together. And if you're watching the replay, 20 more of you are going to win this week. So you want to still email in your screenshot. And here's how you do it. If you want ease, you can just scan the QR code, but you just go to Apple or Spotify. You could do Amazon Music and just email into hello@jamiekernlima.com. And if you feel like you've done all the platforms and you've read Worthy, well, if you read Worthy, you can go to Amazon, write a review there. There's so much excitement tonight. And it sounds like we have our first. So we're going to do 5 batches of 20 live right now, okay? And I'm going to bring some of you up live and we're going to do some sneak peeks. We have our very first set of 20 winners that the team's going to pull up to the screen from live right now together. Each one of you is winning a $50 gift card. So I am Hernandez, Maria Malinowski, Holly Sullivan, Lysandra Owens, Kristen Calderwood. Give everyone some love who's winning. Everyone in the chat, give them some love. Melissa Greaves, Diana Trepkov. We have Linda Davis, Kimberly Meyer, Aisha Kay. We have Audra Brumer, Jamie McCloskey, Jennifer Bronson, Brittany Galloway, Joanna Alberger, Chris Ayala, Jen Winters, Gina Hansvik, Karen Shire, Gianna Frazzi. Congratulations. You guys are the first 20. We have 80 more of you live. And all you do, again, email into hello@jamiekernlima.com, a screenshot of your follow on Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, your subscribe on YouTube. And you can do all the platforms and you can send in 4 separate emails. So it's we're just celebrating this big launch together, and 80 more of you to come. The first 20 I just named all win a $50 gift card. You will get a reply to your email. That's how you're going to be notified tonight of your gift card, $50 Visa gift card, and then we're doing $100 Visa gift cards as well. So let me know in the chat if you also want to pull up and join, pull up on the big screen and join me live right now and chat. But we're going to go to our very first live question. And we have Lorraine. From Sacramento, California. Everyone give Lorraine some love in the chat. Lorraine from Sacramento. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, Jamie. How are you?
I am grateful. Lorraine, I am seeing you for the first time. And I have to tell you, listen, you guys, when I say we're in the Facebook groups and that we are in there, Lorraine, you have if every person in their life had a friend like you, a champion like you, this world would be phenomenal. I have seen you promoting Worthy, sharing it with people. I just, first of all, just want to say thank you so much. And I'm so grateful for you.
You are so welcome. I am so honored to just be here, being able to see you face to face. Finally, I have a question for you.
Okay.
I am just curious as to, were you nervous when you interviewed Oprah?
You know what's funny, Lorraine? So after she left, it was like 3-hour interview. Well, first of all, so she arrives, and I said to her, is anything off limits? And I didn't know what she was going to say. So I was ready, and she said, no. And she just had this peace about her. And what I did to sort of like not let my nerves take over, I just learned this, like, every area of life, whatever it is, I feel like the second I think about myself, I'm done. Like the second I think it's about me, I'm done. Even if it's like speaking on stage or anything else. So with Oprah, what I did was kind of, what I try to do if coming on live tonight or doing an event or anything else, I literally asked God to use me. And I just said, like, this is not about me. Like, help me ask her questions that are going to serve every person who's listening, that are going to like spark revelations in their life. So the way I got around freaking out and passing out was just doing whatever I could to just go, this is not about me, and asking God to use me in that way. And so that's how I got around it. And
it was amazing. I will tell you, you did a magnificent job, and you should be so proud. So proud.
Lorraine, thank you. I'm so proud that there are people like you in this world. And I just want to call this out. There'll be people joining us live tonight that maybe I don't recognize them maybe right away, but when you just came up on the screen, I know we've never talked, but
no, we haven't.
You are the most incredible champion. And like, the world needs champions of goodness right now. And you have just been out there, like some of your posts, sharing Worthy with people, and just like, you're just this force for good in the form of a human being. And I just want to say that thank you. And I'm really grateful for you. And thank you for being here and launching the Jamie Kern Lima Show into the world with me. Can we give it up for Lorraine? Some love for Lorraine. You guys, I'm really in the Facebook group and like Instagram, and like, we're all in this together. And there are posts Lorraine has done where not only have I cried, my whole team, like, I just think that the world needs more of this, of us coming together. We're going to enter a tough year this year with elections. Everyone's families are divided. All this vitriol is everywhere. And it's like, there's lots of places to go have that. And my hope and prayer is we create a space where people, no matter what faith you are, no matter what your political beliefs, no matter how you love or how you live or anything else, that maybe we're not like-minded, but we're like-hearted. And we come together like as a force for good and just a safe space. Like, there's plenty of places to go online where that is not the case. Okay, that was Lorraine. And guess what? We are ready. We're firing. We're going full speed ahead. Let me just say what's about to happen. We're going to show in just a minute, we're going to show a sneak peek of the next episode that no one's ever seen. No one has seen this yet. We're also going to show a sneak peek of some future guests. We are giving away 80 more live prizes in this. If you're watching the replay, 20 more of you are going to win Visa gift cards, show merch, AirPods in the next week. So you definitely want to still enter. If you're live watching us right now and you go to Apple or Spotify and you follow the show and then just give it a rating or review, screenshot your follow on Apple or Spotify and then just email it in right now live during this event, this 1 hour event, to hello@jamiekernlima.com. And we're picking winners live. So we're about to go to the second batch of 20. We have 100 live winners tonight. Woo! Okay, we're about to go to the second batch of 20 of you just from right in here who are all going to get a $50 Visa gift card. A $50 Visa gift card. And we have Gail Elrickman, Lori Porter, Dawn Patterson, Lori Banks, Vili Kataguru. We have Sherry Soriano Escalante, MK Stalin. I'm looking at the words. I'm seeing the names for the first time, by the way. Genevieve Chabot, live on the air. Allison Brooks. We have Megan Campbell, Sherry Baker, Suzette Lemieux, Gloria Marquez, Kristen Eli, Marissa DiGennaro. We have Jennifer Brogdon. We have, we have Patroness Writing. We have Maria Gray, Tanya Rakobian, Shelly Galopoulos. Congratulations. If you see your name, you are going to get an email reply back and you are the winner of a $50 Visa gift card. And we've just announced 40 of our winners live. In the next few minutes, 60 more of you are going to win. Definitely keep commenting in YouTube. And a lot of you, I see a couple people, a note from my team saying like, how do you chat? So a couple of you are watching, you're like, how do I chat in here? Also, you just click the subscribe button on YouTube and lets you write in. So you'll see like a little red, I think it's red on most people's screen, subscribe, or it's right below the video. And then it lets you hop right in the chat. We're giving winners away from that. So, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to pull up, we have Vanessa from Calgary, Canada. Vanessa's in the house. Everyone give Vanessa some love. Give Vanessa some love in the chat. Hello, Vanessa. How are you? I cannot hear Vanessa. Can we all hear Vanessa? Let's see. Are we muted maybe?
It probably helps for me to unmute.
Perfect.
We're good? Okay.
Hear you now. How are you?
Oh, I am so good. So excited. I have to say I'm so grateful in so many ways to you, but this opportunity is amazing. So thank you.
Oh, well, I'm grateful that you're up here live with us. The floor
I'm-
is yours. What would you like to share?
I'm trying so hard not to cry right now. If my friends are watching, they know. I have to say, so when I first read your book, Worthy, it was the very first time I've ever felt seen as 9-year-old me. So I lost my hair to alopecia when I was 9, and I've struggled with body confidence my entire life. And over the past 5 years, I've really dug deep and done the inner work to really just like radically change my life and become somebody who has lots of self-confidence. But the self-worth piece, when I read Worthy, was like such an aha moment, the difference between the self-confidence and self-worth. So that has been the greatest blessing, and I thank you for that. But my question is, although I have lots of body confidence, when you were speaking with Oprah on the podcast, like that was the most vulnerable I've ever heard anybody speak about body confidence and body shame. And it was so refreshing. I was sitting at my desk trying not to cry at work listening. It was amazing. But although I have lots of body confidence and I do have lots of self-worth, I'm working on it still. What is your tip for if on days that I'm not super feeling confident, but I'm trying to put myself on social media, that kind of a thing, to really kind of help inspire other women? Because that's my big goal, is to really show up as who I am, because I am worthy. And I really want to use it for good. And but I still have those days where I'm like, oh, not feeling super great, or I don't really have a lot to share that's kind of worthy, like the mundane life stuff. How do you show
Mhm,
up when you just
mhm.
don't feel super great?
Well, let me ask you this. On the days you don't feel great, do you want to show up or do you feel like you need to?
Ooh, that's a good question. A lot of times I feel like there's the pressure because I'm a public figure to show up. Um, but I
Yeah.
guess I don't owe it to anybody, do I? If I'm not
Mm-mm.
feeling it.
You know, it's
Ooh.
interesting. I had no idea we were going to go here tonight, but just to share something with you that a friend had shared with me recently. She said, I'm done with the prove it game, meaning I don't need to prove and keep proving my worth. And I think what's so interesting, first of all, let me just take a step back. I want to honor you. I want to honor you, Vanessa, for so many reasons. And congratulations, by the
Thank
way.
you.
And everyone who can relate to Vanessa here, share that in the chat with her. That you're on this journey of like, let me build my confidence, let me step into who I am, let me build my self-worth. And I think that's just so beautiful and it's so powerful. And that alone is such an inspiring example for everyone else.
Thank you.
I was just kind of sharing this with Lorraine a little bit, but on the days when you're like second guessing stuff or nervous or wondering, do you have anything interesting to say when you're going to show up, I think that knowing it's not about you in the sense of like knowing, there's someone who needs you today.
Mhm.
Like even before this live, I was like, there's going to be somebody on this live that needs these words tonight. And I just make it not about me. And I know I'm there to serve. And I think it's Roy Vaden who says, have no fear when the mission to serve is clear. And that saying alone has helped me snap out of my own fear sometimes. But here's what I want to say that maybe would be a little surprising as an answer,
Okay.
but it's what I'm going to say. On the days when you do not feel like showing up, whether you are public or not, honoring yourself and living your truth and knowing you are worthy of rest and you are worthy of not showing up. And I will argue every time we show up as our representative that's not fully in alignment with who we are and how we truly feel,
Mhm.
we're like telling ourselves that who we are isn't enough. We're slowly chipping away at our own self-worth. And there's so many of us, and I did this for most of my life. I felt like I needed to please everybody. Like I needed to show up as my representative, to be a CEO, or I needed to all the different things. And our power is when we, by the second, are closer and closer to who we fully are and
Yeah.
how we truly feel. And
Yeah.
I think a beautiful challenge would be, how do you step in and own the worthiness of your own authenticity? And maybe you share on some days that you don't want to share. And here's
Oh,
how you're handling it. Or you share on some days that you feel what's happening is mundane,
yes.
and because guess what? Every person watching, that's what they're going to connect with, because that's all of us. That's all of us. What's really hard is when people only see someone who's on all the time, because then they think that they're not enough and something's wrong with them. I think
Mhm.
our real power is when we just own every part of ourselves. And you're doing that right now live, which is so beautiful because you're sharing
So
this
good.
live. Like there's sometimes I don't want
Mhm.
to go on, or I don't want to, but I feel like I have to. And the question we're taught, because we're in a world that tells us if we achieve enough, we'll be enough. So our instincts are like, how do I snap out of it and show up and be on?
Yeah.
But a whole other thing that I think is more powerful is, how do I own being off? And how do I learn to believe I am worthy of rest? Because that is a victory. I have friends that just 40, 50, 60 years of their life achieved. And their biggest journey now is learning to believe they are worthy of just being, of resting, right? And I think that the more you do that, the more you're recharged and refueled and feel in alignment with your assignment on this earth. And
Oh,
so that's my thing, which is probably a little bit opposite of what someone might expect to hear. But I think the journey of us learning to believe we are worthy of rest, learning to believe we are worthy of not having to prove nothing. and not having to carry nothing if we don't have to, and maybe sharing how you navigate that. Because I can tell you one thing for sure, probably everybody, and I want you guys to share in the chat with Vanessa if you feel this way. I think social media, and for so many people, having a personal brand, which almost everyone has to now. If you're a teacher, you're online. If you're a doctor, you're online. There's just these whole new pressures. And I think every person can relate to what you're saying, which is like, well, I feel like I need to be posting something or putting something out there, but like some days you don't feel like it. And so it's like, okay, maybe the journey is, how do I embrace that? And how do I share how I navigate that? And how do I master that? How do I master owning the days I don't want to be on and knowing I am worthy of those days? I think that's beautiful. So, by the way, I want to jump through this screen right now and just like hug you.
The feeling is mutual. I am sitting here trying not to throw up because I'm so happy and so excited and so grateful for you. And I'm trying not to cry. You have no clue. You are my Oprah. So thank you. Thank you so much. Keep doing what you're doing because you're changing lives, and I'm just trying to step behind you.
Well, what I see through you that's so apparent is you are as well. And I think sometimes we see things in others when they're in us, right? Like, I think that. And so thank you for your beautiful soul, for your work that you do out there. Everyone give Vanessa some love in the chat, Whew. Okay. This is, we're live. We're celebrating the launch of the Jamie Kern Lima Show. If you're just hopping in here, we are over halfway through and we are celebrating the show. I'm going to show you a sneak peek. Let's see. Are we good with batch 3? Okay. I will wait till I get word that batch 3 are the winners. I don't see that I have word yet. So I'm going to wait until I get word. We're giving away 60 more. We're giving away 60 more live gift cards. 60 more live gift cards. So let me just recap how you enter to win, because here's what we're going to do. In the next couple minutes, 60 more of you live right now are going to win either a $50 or a $100 Visa gift card. If you're watching this in the replay, definitely still enter, because this next week, 20 of you are going to win. This is just a big thank you tonight. It's a big celebration of the launch of the show. So here's how you can win live. You just go to either Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, Amazon Music, or anywhere that you love to get your podcast. Go there and just click follow on the Jamie Kern Lima Show. And then you can rate it, give a review, take a snapshot of that on Apple or Spotify, wherever you do it, and then email it into the email you see on your screen. We also pinned a link down to YouTube in the chat. But if you email to hello@jamiekernlima.com, your screenshot, we're picking live right now. The team's picking at random live right now. If you want a shortcut, there are some QR codes. You can go right to it. And if you're watching this on replay, same thing. And the more platforms that you do this on, you can email separately for each one. So you can send in an email for Apple, an email for Spotify, email for Amazon, and so you can get more entries. And then also anyone who's read worthy, go to Amazon and leave it a review as well. So much fun tonight. And in terms of the live giveaways, we are giving away 80 $50 gift cards right now live, and then 20 $100 gift cards. And then we're going to do some sneak peeks of the show that's going to drop next Tuesday, and some more behind the scenes stuff. So I just got word that the third batch of 20 winners is ready to go. I have not seen them, so forgive my pronunciation of names. We have Alicia Lindroth. Now, each one of you on the screen is getting a $50 Visa gift card. The team will reply to your email that you sent in to hello@jamiekernlima.com. We have Evelyn Castillo, Audrey Stewart, Martha Roberts, Vanessa Sherlock, Dawn Taylor. We have Kim Miller, Shannon Stewart, Rachel Vincent Rossi, Angela Sandberg, Alana Gutierrez, Katie Lustig, Susan Bell, Jasmine Johnson, Anna Sagan, Sakari Rodriguez, Olivia Pip, Mimi Adawi, Angela Ballou, Beth Wilson, Parentis. Congratulations. Give everyone some love in the chat who just won a $50 gift card. And we have still 40 more to go. 40 more to go. This is a huge celebration. And I just want to say thank you so much for being here. If you want to come up live with me and ask me a question, if you want to give your feedback on the episodes, any of that, I just want to say thank you so much for being part of this launch event. Thank you for being part of the launch team of the podcast. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that you are going to the different apps and following the show. That is a huge deal. You guys have made this show. I mean, there's over 5 million podcasts right now. And because of you, the show has already cracked the top 100 in Apple, which is just shocking, like amazing. Like we're one day in and it's just phenomenal. It's phenomenal. And so I'm so excited to see how high can we climb this week. I have no idea. I saw there's 1,000 reviews on Apple already. This is because you guys are going there and you're sharing the show with people and you're following it. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. We're putting this out there as a force for good in the world together as this offering. Every single episode, there's questions for you. And we've gotten actually a bunch of emails asking about this. Let me just share this briefly. I've never seen anyone do this before, but I wanted to do this because the show is like an offering. I see it as every episode that comes out, we come together and we grow. My intention is it sparks revelations in your own self-worth journey. And so in the weekly newsletter where the episode drops, in the bottom, there's going to be a list of questions for you, specifically for you in your life from the episode. So this is just so much more than a podcast. It's all of us, coming together. A lot of you guys started saying it's not a moment, it's a movement. It's not a moment, it's a movement. Because we are coming together to build self-worth and just be in this beautiful kind of force for good journey together. Okay, we are going to go live to Garland, Texas, to Zakil live from Garland, Texas. Hello, how are you, Zakil?
Hi. Oh my God, Jamie, can I just say, when you open your beautiful mouth, girl, I tell you every time you speak to my soul, you speak through me, you nourish me. And I thank you so much for writing this book, for launching this podcast, AKA the movement, because the world so needs your beautiful light and implanting in us our beautiful light so that we can shine alongside of you. So thank you so much for that. I'm like, oh my God, girl, I could say so much more. I could say so much more.
Thank you. That is so kind. Thank you so much. That's amazing. Thank you. Well, I'm grateful you're coming in live with us. You have the whole floor. So anything you want to share or any questions or any, how you doing? How you feeling? Thank you for launching the show with me. I'm so grateful.
Oh my God. So I am like buzzing. I feel like, how most people are like, oh, I had drink. I have not had anything to drink, but I'm buzzing like I've been drinking, girl. But I do have a question. So I applied for a job. It's a job that I really want. And I know my skills. I know my talent. I know my worth. And I know I'm worthy of this. And they're taking forever. Like, I'm like, okay, there's a teeter-totter line of when you approach and when you don't approach and what you say and what you don't say. And I'm like, okay, what is it that I say? What do I don't say? And I struggle with rejection. And I know that, you've been through your own struggles with that and your own journey of that. And I'm really open to receive any advice, any beautiful gifts, any beautiful wisdom that you can give me in this moment, because I'm like, what do I do?
Are you applying for a lot of jobs or is there just one that you're like, this is it?
So I'm applying for a lot. However, there's the one that I know that I can make a real impact, because this organization is all about doing good for others. And I love their mission. I love their vision. And I'm like, oh my God, guys, I'm your girl. However, they're like, there's a process, I believe. And so I'm just on the teeter-totter waiting. Like, should I send them a message? And I know you had mentioned in the last the last live, show them how can I be of service to you. And so I was like, okay, that's good. But I'm like, I can't even get the guy or the lady to answer the email. So I'm like, how do I show them service?
Okay. So a couple thoughts here. I can so relate to how you're feeling. I know a lot of people can as well. And sometimes it's us applying for jobs and we're like, okay, how aggressive but am I going to sound desperate? Do I keep reaching out? Are they going to think that's too much? There's all of that back and forth. And then there's wanting a door to open so bad. And, in my journey of building at cosmetics, it was, oh my gosh, let me just tell you, Zakil, it was so many times where I'm like, do I email Sephora again? They've already said no 5 times. Do I email like over and over and over and over? And this theme has gone through every part of my life. So I think the one thing I want to say, and this is also for everyone watching this live with us right now, a lot of people just think, oh, something's just going to happen. The door is just going to open. Someone's going to discover me. I have never had that experience. I have been the one that's kind of like what you're describing right now, where I'm like, trying to push the door open and trying to go for it and trying to say, like, pick me, give me a shot. I'm your person. So a couple things. I have had to develop a divine trust. And I will pray now. And this is going to be a universal thing. There's a lot of people in this live with us now that don't practice their particular faith. They might believe in the universe. Other people have all different faiths. So this lesson, just take this lesson I'm going to share for everyone live and apply this to your own beliefs. But what I will say is I've had to develop a divine trust where I will pray. I literally pray every day, God, open the right doors and close the wrong ones. Open the right doors and close the wrong ones. Even if they hurt, even if I feel rejected, I'm going to have this divine trust because I'm going to choose to believe everything in life's happening for me, right? Not to me, which is a very, very famous saying, but I'm going to choose to believe it. And I also believe, and I'm going to say 2 sides to this. I believe that God will block our value from people who are not assigned to our destiny. And sometimes we get our heart broken with somebody and then we want it to work out so bad, but then years later, we're like, thank God it did not work out. And I believe the same with jobs and with opportunities. And so I think having that divine trust, and you apply it to whatever your own set of beliefs is. For some people, it's the universe. They believe the universe has their back. For me, I pray to God and I'm like, God, open this door for me. I'm going to do everything I can to open it also. I'm not just going to sit back and be like, open it for me. I'm going to do everything I can, but I'm going to have a trust if it's not open, that it's not for me. And that it's not a form of rejection. It's actually God blocking your value from somewhere you're not supposed to go. And just having that divine trust. And that way you build up less fear toward rejection because you're like, it's not personal. I don't think it's ever personal. I think it's divinely orchestrated. That's how I feel about rejection, whether it's a friend not inviting me to something or anything else, or a job not seeing my value. And with that said, I will do everything I can to make it happen. So I think that in your case, for these jobs, I think that you think about, you know what? Because listen, I've been on the other end. Maybe you have as well. A lot of us have, where we're the ones hiring. I love it when someone is like, here's why I'm the best person for this job. And here's the value I'm going to bring to your company. Here's the value I'm going to add. Here's why I'm so passionate about your mission. And I love that. Right. And so I've kind of taken that approach my whole career too. And, I was sending gift baskets to L'Oreal before they had any clue who I was. And I was like, sending follow-up emails every time Sephora or Ulta or QVC or the department stores would reject me again or say, you're never going to have a chance in our store. Like, good luck, but you're not the right fit for us. I would follow it up, Zakil, with an email saying, thank you so much. And one day when I am in your stores, like, my products are going to change your customers' lives. And I'm so excited for that day to come. Like, I wrote it as if it's going to happen. And this went on for years, right? And here's what's wild is a lot of people get 1 no or 5 no's and they take it personal and then they give up. Like, I just made this decision. I wasn't going to take it personal. And I mean, sometimes I have to tell you, I think it was personal because there were times we were finally doing so great as a company and there were still some retailers not bringing us in their store, even though they knew we would do well there. And so sometimes things just aren't for you, but after year after year after year, I would just still email them and still write them and say, look at this new press release, look at this new product one day when I am in your store. And I would just make the decision to speak as if it is going to happen, and then trust that God will block my value from where I'm not supposed to go. And here's what's wild is like hindsight's so beautiful, right? Like now I can look back and go, oh, wow, all of those rejections sucked at the time. They were so painful. But eventually we turned every one of those no's into a yes. Eventually all those retailers that said no, some of them for years and years and years and years, eventually they all brought It Cosmetics into their stores. And I think had I given up, or had I just thought like, oh, it's too much, or, oh, that rejection's personal, like, screw them or whatever, like our humanness wants us to think, it would have never happened. So I say twofold. I say, email them, even if they don't reply. It's probably not personal. They're probably busy. And just email them with how much value you're going to add, how you know you're the perfect person for this job. If you know something about them that would actually be a blessing to them, like you're going to be a strong leader for them, all the different things, you can, go for it. And then also just have that divine trust that what is for you will find you. And you do not want the thing that's not for you. Like that's so important, because things can look good on the outside. Place can have a great mission, and then it is a total hot mess on the inside. You never know, right? So having that trust, having that divine trust, God, open the right doors and close the wrong ones. It's one of my favorite prayers. I also pray every day. And by the way, everyone gives the kill some love in the chat. I want to share this too. I pray every day the right people come in my life and the wrong ones leave. And that prayer and that divine trust, that's helped me not take stuff personally. If in building It Cosmetics, we built over 1,000 employees. And there were a couple of times where someone got stolen by a competitor or whatever it was. And I just had to have that divine trust, So, okay. I love you guys so much. Are we good with batch 4? I just see Lorraine in the chat. She says, OMG, God block my value where I'm not supposed to go. I love that. Okay, we're almost ready for batch 4. So here's where we're at right now. We are close to the last part of our live event. I'm going to show you guys a sneak peek coming up in just a minute or two of the next episode. No one has seen it. Let me know in the chat, by the way, if you've been seeing all the press out there that's happening. Holy moly, with all the different outlets, ET and People Magazine and HuffPost and TMZ, apparently. Apparently we're on TMZ tonight. There's so much going on right now. But why this podcast has just taken off, and this episode has just taken off, is because so many of you are sharing it, and you're following the show, and you're telling people about it, and you're posting on social media. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for that. We're just getting started together. And I know we're doing this live celebration tonight where we're doing prizes and everything else. But we're together every week. And I know that that's an honor, that your time is so precious, and I do not take a second of that for granted. And, my promise to you is every episode that you listen to is literally there for you. It's there for you. I'm there for you as your friend through this journey. And I'm just so honored and grateful. And we have just a couple minutes left. We're going to do 40 more winners live. 20 more of you are going to win a $50 gift card from Visa. 20 more of you also are going to win a $100 Visa gift card. And if you are watching this on the replay, this entire week, we're giving away winners picked every single day. The way that you enter, if you're doing it right now, some of you are just hopping on live right now. The way that you enter is you go to either, right now, while we're together, you go to either Apple or Spotify or YouTube or Amazon Music, anywhere you get your podcast. And you can use these QR codes to make it super easy, but you go anywhere you get your podcast, follow the show, just click the follow button. That's the most important thing. Click the follow button, because that means you're the first to get the episodes. And then give it a rating, a review, an honest rating, a review, screenshot it, email it in right now to hello@jamiekernlima.com. And winners are being picked at random right now live. And then all week on the replay as well. 20 more people will be picked at random all week on the replay. And then we're pulling this down. So if you're seeing it, enter. If you're seeing this, enter. And right now we are going to go to batch 4, which is the next 60 to 79 winners tonight. Each one of you, if you see your name on the screen, I'm seeing these names for the first time, you are winning a $50 Visa gift card. If you see your name on the screen, we have Melina Ho, Teresa Barnett, Shar Hall, Lynn Petrie, Connie Villanueva, Renee Inglet, Sue Penny Bergman, Vicky Osgood Watley, Bobby Swan, Vicky Pear, Diane Moonhick, Alicia Christensen, Emma, let's see, where are we? Emma Catanzaro. We have Leslie Campbell, Jamie Klein, Chara McGill, Teresa Eckhart, Leilani Hardman, Kim Husky, Danielle Harris. If you see your name up there, you are the winner of a $50 Visa gift card. Congratulations. And you will get a reply to your email. I should point that out real quick, is that you're going to get a reply to your email from your screenshot. Apparently there's been, I guess in 2024, this stuff happens, but there's been already people online saying you've won for the podcast launch, and click this link. That's not how it's going to happen. Okay. The only way that you're going to be notified if you win is if I pull you up here on the big screen, and then, and you get a reply to your email you sent me. Our team will reply with your Visa gift card. So congratulations to everyone who has won so far. We have 20 more live winners coming up in just the next couple minutes. 20 of you are going to win $100 Visa gift cards live, just as a huge celebration and a huge thank you for being part of this. So thank you so much. So many of you are raising your hands saying you want to go live. And I understand that we have Markeisha from Charlotte, North Carolina. Markeisha from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Hi, Jamie.
Hello, how are you?
I'm excellent. How are you?
Well, thank you for being here live tonight. You have the floor, Markeisha. What would you like to share or ask or any of it?
Yeah. So first of all, your book Worthy changed my life. So I just need to thank you. So I was somebody who had a lot of self-confidence, and my representative was showing up, and that's how I was moving through life. And because of your book, my representative's dead. I show up authentically and vulnerably. And your story is really what helped me do that and to feel okay showing up that way. So I just want to thank you, because it's changed my life, and it's helping to change my family, my friends' lives as a result of that.
Wow. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing that.
And I have a question for you.
Okay.
So for me, your book also helped me to step in authentically to my power and start my business and become a coach and to like help people. So I think for so many people, it's so easy to get motivation when we're beginning something, right? Because we're excited and there's possibility. And also when we end something, right? Like we get the goal, we get the award, what have you. But it's that messy middle that I think is really challenging for so many of us, of like, how do we stay motivated? How do we keep showing up when we have the vision, but it's hard and we don't know what the outcome's going to be? So my question is, what advice do you have for those of us who are trying to continue to show up in the messy middle of life when we don't know what the outcome will be?
Yes. Okay. Well, let me ask you one follow-up to your question so that I can share a couple thoughts with you. And thank you for everything you just shared. That is so powerful. And congratulations to going after this whole new kind of chapter in your life too. Can you describe for me, and just for everyone, we're all live together right now. Can you describe, what is your messy middle like for you, and what parts of it are you not loving right now?
Yeah, I think for me, it's like I have this beautiful vision of life and like what I want it to look like. And I'm showing up every day, I'm doing the work, but it's how do I know if this is enough? Like, how do I know if I'm doing enough? Like, I love what you shared about, like, I'm done with the prove it game, falling back into no, you need to do this, or you need to push through and work long hours and not honor your self-care because you have to get this outcome. And that's not healthy, because that's what I did in college, and you push through and you do all of that, but then you're not healthy. You're not working out, like you're not fulfilled. So I think for my messy middle, it's a lot of how do I keep moving forward, but not kill myself and just blow up all of the beautiful balance that I've worked so hard to achieve in other areas of my life.
Yes. Okay. So for those of you who've dove into Worthy and you understand the difference between self-confidence and self-worth, which I should do a whole show on this, actually a whole episode about this, because I think this is such a big thing for so many of us. What you're describing, so many of us can relate to, which is that you've now launched this thing, but you feel like you're in the messy middle of it. And it sounds to me, tell me if I'm right, that you kind of wish the outcome were different right now than it is. And maybe more certain and more, you're sort of, this is what Oprah would say. And I'm excited for you to see part 2. I'm so excited for you to see part 2 because we go deep into this. We go deep into this and it has changed my life. She talks about, and by the way, when we talk about, being achievers and being driven by self-confidence, it is a lie. I believe the lie most of my entire life. If I achieve enough, then I'll finally feel enough. And I can tell you right now, you could be having any outcome that you desired in your messy middle. But if you're attached to that, it'll still never feel enough, no matter what it is. And the biggest risk, and Brendan Burchard said this quote that I wrote down and it stuck with me. He said, like, the worst thing that could ever happen is getting to the end of your life, looking back and saying, I forgot to enjoy it.
Yeah.
For so much of my life, and maybe you could relate to this, I was just growing, pushing, building, trying to achieve, trying to make the thing happen. And there'd be moments that were celebration worthy all through it that I didn't even celebrate. Yeah. And when he said that, I realized, wow, the world has told me I've done a lot of things, but I actually didn't do a great job enjoying the journey and enjoying the process. And if we don't do that, what is it all for? What is it all for? And so what I would challenge you, just hearing there's parts of me that you and me share, parts of you that I think you and I both have in common. And I think the challenge is trying to not let your self-confidence or believing the lie that the outcome is what matters. That if you achieve enough and have the right outcome, then all of a sudden it's going to feel great and everything's great. Yeah. And that never happens. Like, no matter the outcome, if we haven't deep down inside, we don't believe we are enough just as we are, and we're enjoying life just as we are. It doesn't mean we're not working hard, but being completely fulfilled just as we are, whether we're in the beginning, whether we're in the messy middle, whether everything is a disaster all around us with our career or whatever else, but still knowing we innately are enough and fully worthy. That is the only way to fulfillment. And so the challenge for you is fulfillment in the messy middle and knowing you're fully enough and you're not attached to the outcome. And here's the thing is that, launching a business as a startup, and for many, many, many years couldn't afford to pay myself. And then years after that, all of my employees and me, we did every job. It was not glamorous. And now they all look back and go, those are the best days of our career. Like when we were scrappy, when nothing was going right, when we didn't know if we were going to make payroll. And those are the years we're growing. Those are the years we're stretching ourselves. Those are the years where we're learning about ourselves and building our resilience. These are actually the best years. And so I think the challenge is, how do you just freaking love and embrace the messy middle and just give the meaning to it that you're one of the brave ones going for it. You're one of the brave ones putting yourself out there. It is a victory you're in the messy middle. It does not matter the outcome. And what I go deep into that I'm excited to share with you with Oprah in part 2 is she talks about learning the life lesson of putting something out as an offering, but then not attaching yourself or your worth to the outcome of the offering. And I think with your new pursuits, just knowing exactly why you're doing it. This goes for anyone out there, by the way, anyone who's live with us right now who might be tempted to put their art out in the world or their friendship out in the world to someone or anything else, right? Putting your vision that you seem to have really, really clear out as an offering, doing everything you can, of course, to make it come to fruition, but then not attaching yourself to the outcome. I think and this is a challenge for people who are achievers. I can tell you're a super, super high achiever with this podcast. I'm like, I have to practice this, put as an offering. Like, what's the real intention, right? Versus whatever sort of measurable outcome. So I would say focus on that, because the worst thing, and I think about this all the time, is to get to the end and be like, I didn't enjoy it. And perpetual achievers, where we, think that it's got to be a result for it to be enough. it's so easy to never enjoy it. So yeah.
That's so beautiful. Thank you so much, Jamie. That spoke right to my heart. And what was so beautiful is as you were sharing it, it's like when I shift my perspective, I can feel the weight of expectation just like shifting. And the middle is so beautiful because it's the journey of becoming. So just like, thank you so much. It's like, if I shift my perspective and I view it differently, everything around me will shift. And I realize it's not the middle that I need to work on being messy. It's embracing my mess of just becoming. So
yes, that is so beautiful and powerful. You guys give Zakil some love in the chat. Okay, we have our final 20 winners of $100 gift cards. I am going to also give you a sneak peek. So I'm going to play 2 quick videos. The first is really short. It's about a minute. It's a sneak peek. Nobody has seen this yet. It is a sneak peek of the next episode that's coming out Monday night at midnight, which is technically Tuesday morning. And it is Oprah part 2. It's part 2. And it's so phenomenal. So let me give you a sneak peek of that. And then we're coming back.
If you don't learn to trust your own feelings, then you will never trust anyone.
Oprah, how have you defied the odds and embraced your worth?
It is the defining mother wound for me, and my mother didn't stand up for me. I realized at that age that this is going to be my life. I'm going to have to do this by myself. The world will drown out the voice of God. The world will drown out your intuition. God speaks first in the whisper. It first gives you just a little, And if you can learn to trust yourself, it means you can handle anything.
I've had it show up in my life, even in the same cologne.
Oh,
Still had to relearn the lesson.
Oh, wow. Wow. I'm excited for your book, your new beautiful book, Worthy. I believe that it's one of the most needed tools on the planet Earth right now. Delight in it. You are lifted by it.
And people freaked out.
They freaked out.
All right, that is a sneak peek. Let me just say, episode 2, we go deep on so many incredible topics and just life lessons on how to truly hear your intuition and trust it, how to step into your purpose and own it. How do you really live the highest, truest expression of who you are? So I'm so excited for that. We are about to give away our final batch of winners. I want to show you one more sneak peek as well, because so many of you have been saying, who are some of the guests coming up? Who are some of the guests coming up? I would love, by the way, for you to share, write in, let me know who you would love to be on the show as well. But let me show you a quick video about the Jamie Kern Lima Show that shows some of our guests coming up as well. Oh my gosh, you know that journey to believe you're actually worthy of something? Oprah, how have you defied the odds?
Her show is unlike any I've ever done.
A revelation. When you listen, it feels like a hug, but your brain and your spirit and your heart is like, wow.
Imagine overcoming self-doubt, learning to believe in yourself and trust yourself and know you are enough. Welcome to the Jamie Kern Lima Show. Imagine stepping into all of who you are and into the person you were born to be, unstoppable. Hi, I'm Jamie Kern Lima, and I went from struggling waitress facing nonstop rejection to building $1 billion company from my living room. And it's not because I'm smarter than anyone else. I didn't have the right connections, but I figured out how to believe in myself and how to believe my dreams are possible and believe that I'm worthy of them. And what I know for sure is that you are too.
Fresh. We'll make you cry. We'll make you laugh. We'll make you think. We'll make you feel.
The greatest life lesson I have ever received.
You're not going to forget how you feel after each and every episode.
Jamie Kern Lima is an angel walking on earth.
You hear me? You're going to be given those things that you can apply right now to your life.
So, the moment with the...
I have never talked about this before, but I'm going to talk about it with you.
But your brain and your spirit and your heart is like, wow, oh my gosh, it's one revelation after another.
But when the most important person in your life sees you and hears you, that is the greatest gift. That is the greatest gift.
Sharing things that they would not discuss with anyone else.
I surrender. I surrender.
We have more tissues right down there. Pretty much.
Yeah, I loved. Thank you, Jamie. So it's special.
This show is for you if you're ready to ignite that light inside of you and learn to shine it brightly. See, I believe where you come from or even where you're at right now doesn't have to determine where you're going. I know and believe you can go from underestimated to unstoppable. You can go from doubting yourself to trusting yourself, to believing in yourself and to loving yourself, even if it's for the first time ever or for the first time in a long time. It's your time. Today is your day, and this is your show.
Welcome to the Jamie Kern Lima Show.
So come as you are. Stay as long as you'd like. Heal where you need. Blossom what you choose because you belong here. You, exactly as you are a miracle in motion, a mighty force for good. You are a masterpiece. I see you. I believe in you. I love you. You are worthy. And right now, I have one question for you. What would you do if you fully believed in you? Welcome to the Jamie Kern Lima Show. I am reading all your comments while this is playing, and I have to tell you, 3 or 4 of you have shared names. They're not in this video, but we've done episodes that are coming. So I'm so excited. This is just such a, it's a lifelong knowing that this, I'm supposed to do this. And when you feel like you're in alignment with your assignment, it's sort of the best feeling. So my hope and prayer is that just every episode, is for you. So I want to thank you so much. We have our final 20 giveaway winners. Final 20 winners. Each one of you is going to win a $100 gift card. Before I get to them, I just want to say thank you. Oh, I guess they're up. Are they up? Okay. Before I get to them, I haven't even seen them yet because you're all picked live. So really quick, because a lot of you are hopping in now, and there will be this replay just for a couple of days. But you can still enter to win on the replay if you go follow the show on Apple or Spotify or Amazon Music, anywhere you get your podcast, and just click follow or subscribe on YouTube, write a rating for it, and then screenshot your review. Email us at hello@jamiekernlima.com. I'm about to announce our final 20 winners tonight. And then also this coming week, we're going to be doing winners every single day. So still email us into to the hello@jamiekernlima.com with your screenshots. And I want to say that I love you guys so much. Thank you for sharing on social media. There's over 5 million podcasts, and we are a day in to the official launch. And just hit all my papers. We're a day in the official launch, and because you guys are sharing it, because you're following the show. I didn't know this. Following the show is really important. It's also the only way to get the episodes first. And so making sure to follow on all the apps is huge. And because of you, it broke already the top 100 out of 5 million podcasts. It's like the top 100. And it was, I think, 80 this morning. And now it's moved up to 69 or something. It's just like, and also, just like I was just talking to Markeisha about and everyone else tonight live, it's also about the offering. And this offering is something we're doing together as this force for good in the world. So thank you for launching the show with me. Okay, I am going to pull up our final 20 winners tonight. You guys are all winning a $100 Visa gift card. I am going to do my best to pronounce names because I have not seen them till this moment. So we have Shannon Brown, we have Gladys Gonzalez Garcia, Leah O'Connor, Michaela January, Bruce Donahue, Rocio Pineda, Melanie Layton, Sarah Saunders, Melissa Heimbach, Denise Gibbs, Matthew Loftus, Lucille Cordero, Ashley Ingram, Rhonda Bruzlik. We have Mary McCaig, Marcia Ratliff, Jessica LaRue, Elizabeth Prince, Kathy Studer, Roshima Kumar. Congratulations. You are winning a $100 Visa gift card. We will, our team will reply to your email and send that to you as well. And I just want to say thank you so much again. Thank you for supporting the show and launching it into the world with me every single week. This is just the beginning together. Next week, next Tuesday, brand new episode. Lots of amazing questions that are going to, really be written with the intention of to spark revelations. Like Mel Robbins said, this is one revelation after another, right? The intention of the show is revelations in your own life. And us coming together to just collectively help each other feel less alone, more enough, more alive, more connected, more worthy. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for sharing this show on your social media channels, for sharing with your friends, for telling people about it at the grocery store, at the hair salon, inviting them in to join this community. I love you. And I'm just so grateful for you. And I hope that, every single episode and every single interaction that we have, I hope that you just, come as you are, come exactly as you are, fully as you are, all of who you are. Stay as long as you like. But while you're here, I hope you know that I love you exactly as you are, not as some success level or not as some past mistakes or this or that, exactly innately as who your creator made you to be. I love you. I believe in you. You are worthy. You are love. And you belong here. So I just want to say thank you for being part of this community. Thank you for helping me launch the Jamie Kern Lima Show podcast into the world together. We are going to go out with just a lot of love. By the way, when you enter this whole week, we're giving away still lots more prizes, AirPods, JKL show merch, more gift cards. There's 2 because you might be a coffee person. You might be a wine person. Who knows what's in your mug? No judgment here because you just come as you are and heal where you need and blossom what you choose. And just know that you are fully enough. I love you so much. Thank you for also your stories and your feedback and your favorite parts of the episodes. I try to read every single one of them. Thank you for all your DMs on Instagram. Also, thank you for being here with me live right now tonight. It's just the beginning together. I love you. Now, if you read Worthy, there's a chapter called Solos, okay? There's a chapter called Solos. This is what I'm going to end on tonight. There's a chapter called Solos. And I was in this adult dance class. Everyone was so discouraged. One woman was almost in tears going to leave because no one could get the dances down right. And the dance instructor stopped the class and said, because literally this woman was going to leave. I was so stressed out. No one could get the dance right. She stopped the class and said, there are no mistakes in dance class, only solos. No mistakes in dance class, only solos. And we're like, yeah, I'm not a bad dancer. I'm just born to do a solo, right? So I'm going to ask you, wherever you are, and if you are able, whether it's in a chair or standing up, let's go out of this celebration tonight, dancing full out, doing our solos. I'm going to bring Sarah and Leah and Mo out here, and we're going to literally wherever you're at. See you soon.